Hey guys, welcome to Rosie's Dessert Spot. Today with our awesome sponsors over at My Dream Cake, we are bringing you a gorgeous extra tall cake decorated with a stencil by caking it up. I am working with 5-inch cakes here. I normally cut my cakes in half, but because it's double barrel, to make it a little bit more stable, I am just going to stack 3 cakes together. This is buttercream that I've used in between each layer, and the buttercream is also what I used for the outside crumb coat. You want to add a hefty amount on the outside, smooth it all out, fill in any pockets as you go, and then once you're happy with the finish, drag that top lip towards the middle. I always like to use a super wide spatula for this. I feel like it just gives it a much cleaner, sharper finish. Into the fridge she goes for 20 minutes, and then you can apply your final layer of frosting in buttercream. I like to start at the very top, flatten it out, and then work my way down towards the bottom of the cake. Just like we did before, fill in any pockets as you go. You can use the excess buttercream that has accumulated on the edge of your scraper, or go in with some fresh buttercream using your spatula. When you're happy with the finish, drag that lip towards the middle and then refrigerate overnight if you can, otherwise for at least 4 hours. It is now the next day and I have my stencil by caking it up at the ready. These are made extra tall for the double barrel cakes. Aside from caking it up, they also have the designer range of stencils, Lissy Lou, and heaps more brands and designs to choose from. You can grab all of the materials used in this tutorial from their website linked in the description box or in our bio, or visit them in store at Hallam, Sunshine and Pakenham. What I loved about the stencil is that it's the extra tall range, so whether you have it standing upright or you have it horizontally, it still comes up and above the height of your double barrel cake, which is awesome. I preemptively created little holes along the border to make sure that I could stick in 4 pins to hold my stencil to the cake. I gave it a bit of a tap. If I could find there's some wriggle room underneath, I repositioned the pins so that it would sit a lot closer and a lot more flush with the cake. To fill in the stencil, I like to use a small spatula and just drag it from the bottom up and adding a bit of pressure because I really want that stencil to be tightly up against the cake. You could also go side by side and working with a little bit of buttercream at a time to make sure you got control. This is my super tall scraper. I am just going to go one side and the other side, and before I remove the stencil, I'm going to take some edible gold glitter with this Luster Dust pump, also bought at My Dream Cake, and just kind of give it a bit of a sprucing. Just pumping it all over the stencil. Gently remove the pins and then remove the stencil slowly. Keep it nice and taut against the cake as you peel it off. And if everything went well, it should look a little something like this. At the very top, we did have some extra buttercream. I'm just going to cut that off with my spatula. I won't drag it towards the middle or the colors are going to contaminate the pink cake. Continue the design around the rest of the cake, and then I like to take a little ribbon and line it along the base. I'm securing it on there with a little pin and then finishing it off with these beautiful sugar flowers. These are lilies that you can find over at My Dream Cake as well. That's it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope this demonstration was helpful. Check out My Dream Cake for all the tools you need, stencils, flowers, and more. I'll have that linked in the description box below. Feel free to subscribe for more cake decorating tutorials, and we'll catch you again in the next one.